depression, irritability to the point where you are literally about to, looks like assassinate the guy beside you, and delusions, dude. Like you're literally sitting on a wall, delusional.
Delusions, and rage or aggression.
Jesus, this is a horrible video. What's up guys, Derek, moreplacemoredates.com. Today we're going to be reacting to DLM Model Lifestyle. In this video, Daniel explains what happens when you take steroids. Watch this video if you want to know the shocking truth about steroids. Title is What Happens When You Take Steroids? Shocking Truths About Steroids. And he has the classic stock image that many of us have used for thumbnails in the past. And anyways, so this video is only 4.5 minutes long, so I have no idea how he's possibly going to get into any kind of elaborate information that is not just biased buffoonery. Because to me, this seems like a classic mainstream fear-mongering video. From what I have been, the information I've been provided from the individuals who sent it to me, this was implied already. So I already have a feeling I'm not gonna like it too much, but let's get into it.
Hey guys, you ever thought about using steroids to look better? With big and ripped muscles. Are you thinking about it now? Don't do anything yet. Not before you know exactly what happens to your body when you use.
I like this like sauced like naked superhero dude he just has on the side just for no reason. I don't even understand. Like what is this? He has like Daredevil fucking sitting here trying to decide if he's gonna take gear today? Like I don't fucking understand.
Body when you use steroids. And it is shocking. Let's get right to it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes
I swear to God, if I get copyright strike for that music.
People use steroids to gain muscle fast, and it does really work. But is it really worth it? Well, not when you look at the side effects. Steroids are also known as juice or roids on the street.
Wow, so this is like really basic. I like how he says just overarching in general, it's not worth it for everyone because of the side effects. It's like dude, you have your own, risk profile that you deem appropriate. You think that is too much of a risk. That's your own personal judgment. You can't just say, it's not worth it for you. You don't fucking know what I want to do.
And its scientific name is anabolic androgenic steroids. Anabolic just basically means muscle building. And androgenic means more male characteristics.
It's generally, pretty accurate, yeah.
Now you need to know that if you use steroids, it comes with a lot of negative side effects that you don't want.
Does it guarantee come with those side effects, or are you just saying that to fearmonger? Because maybe there are many individuals who've had no side effects, potentially.
Let's go through the list quickly. Steroids can cause severe acne. So you might struggle with pimples, and not just on your face, but on your back and shoulders as well.
Yeah, so anabolics can exacerbate acne for sure. Oftentimes I will see, it's almost like hair loss. It's like if you're predetermined to get it, it might accelerate it, exacerbate it, but if you're not prone to acne, you're probably not going to get acne, Like maybe that's not the case. Some individuals are acne free without it, but yeah, that could happen for sure. That's definitely, it's not uncommon. However, most of the time I feel like something that goes overlooked is that it is typically induced by hormonal fluctuations rather than the hormone itself. If you have an intelligently designed protocol, you'll notice it's not a coincidence that most guys break out the worst during or shortly thereafter their PCT, when they actually have no anabolic steroids in their system at the time. So often it is the hormonal fluctuation that really induces this really bad breakout.
They can cause your liver to grow tumors.
Jeez.
Yes, that means cancer. And your heart to clog up as well.
Wow, I'm surprised he touched on liver tumors because this is something that is, I don't know if he's just implying like oral anabolic steroids, but this seems like this is a pretty niche topic that no one really talks about in the bodybuilding community even, where injectable steroids have liver stress. And often people think it is, you know, only the 17 alpha alkylated compounds orally that are going to cause liver stress and the injectables are totally liver safe. And that's not necessarily the case whatsoever. If you have fatty liver and you are using super physiological dosages of androgens, you're not going to let your liver recover properly. So that's interesting. I don't know if he even knew that or if he was just referring to orals. And yeah, if it can clog up your heart specifically, it can skew your lipid profile in conjunction with a poor diet model and lifestyle practices. Yeah, it can certainly definitely enhance atherosclerosis, of course, you know, and kind of enhance plaque buildup and whatnot. I'm not going to argue that.
Fits of rage. Have you ever realized when you look at people who use steroids that they seem to be very angry all the time?
I love these stock videos, dude. And where'd you get these? Just this fucking guy just tweaking.
It makes people lose their temper and they go into fits of rage.
Dude, what the fuck are you talking about? This is like the worst video I've seen with like the most generic. This reminds me of something you'd see in like middle school where they're like trying to scare you away from using recreational drugs or something. Like, you will have your dick fall off. Or some fucking shit. You go into a fit of rage. Like, what are you talking about, man? Like, please elaborate on the evidence that suggests this. You saw a guy who was mad at the gym one time and you're like, notice how every single guy on steroids is fucking pissed off and is roid raging and smacking the wall and yelling at you. Like, it's not the case whatsoever. Some of the most chill dudes I know are sauced out of their fucking gills.
Now this is a sensitive one. Steroids will cause your testicles to shrink. Yeah, it's not a myth, it's true. That's
like such elaboration, just like, your testicles will shrink. Yup. See you later. Like, that's the whole point. Yeah, they definitely, you know, if you downregulate your HPTA through negative feedback with exogenous synthetic anabolics, yeah, your testicles will shrink. That's an expected outcome. There's nothing you can't manually intervene with though, and have, you know, manual Leydig cell stimulation with HCG concurrently on cycle to keep them where they're supposed to be, you know, potentially. That's not an inevitable fate where you can't do anything about it. So, but yeah, they definitely can shrink for sure. It's true. That's it.
They can also make your breasts grow. And no, not in a good way, building muscle, but more like a woman's. And for girls, they'll start growing facial hair.
I don't know why he's saying like, you will do this, like this will happen. Like, dude, you don't know fucking anything. You probably like looked up like top 10 steroid side effects and then made your fucking video. Like, this is a very, very like rudimentary, like grade 6 level shit. Like, can you develop gynecomastia from anabolic use? Yeah, but it's typically like improper management of your hormone profile by having poor drug selection, not understanding your body. It's not something that's that hard to avoid if you like really know what you're doing. As far as girls growing facial hair, yeah, that can happen if you use too much for too long. You know, that's a possibility. It's not gonna happen though. It's a matter of knowing what compounds are, you know, more conducive to anabolic relative to androgenic activity, knowing what a dose would be tolerable, what duration of time is not too excessive, you know, very common shit that should be known before you go into this stuff.
Almost the only good thing about steroids is that you will have nice muscles. But they can also shorten your lifespan.
I don't like this guy. Fuck. Or I don't like his content. Maybe he's a cool guy in person, but can steroids shorten your lifespan? Certainly. Yeah, like this is no-brainer shit. I feel like that it's like he's just fear-mongering it. Maybe he has like a personal vendetta against it. Like, I don't know why he really cares that much, you know, to be honest. Yeah, like most people know that, you know, using something, even just the sheer like walking around at a higher body weight, that is going to shorten your lifespan like more than anything probably. Like, that is the most anti-living thing you can do, is walking around at, you know, 250 pounds. Who's gonna live longer, the little like 100-pound chick or the guy who's 250 all the time and is walking around like 10% body fat? Like, probably the chick, you know, she's probably gonna live quite a bit longer, pending that nothing else happens. But in a cardiovascular context, a organ durability context, you know, that's common sense too.
They cause hormone imbalances. So even women can become more manly by growing more body hair, their breast sizes decrease, and also their voice deepen.
What's funny about that is how he was just talking 2 seconds ago how it can make your breast bigger, and now he's saying how it'll make your breast shrink. And it's such a general statement. It's like, well, which is it, dude? Is it fucking one or the other? If a girl takes it, it makes her breast shrink, but if a guy takes it, then it makes her breast grow? Or is it just that the compound selection should be intelligent, and then you will not deal with either situation ideally?
Teens who use steroids might never reach their full adult height.
Why do you just have like a random kid just running here? Like, is he inferring that this guy specifically is fucking, like, where does this guy get his stock footage from? Like, I feel like it would make more sense to just have him on camera talking rather than input all these like super irrelevant things. Like, you just have this fucking kid running on the seawall. You're just like, this kid, this poor kid from this stock image thing, he's on gear. He's never gonna grow full height. He also has a micro penis, did you know?
So that means you'll stay shorter than you would have been.
Show me the clinical evidence that actually proves this. Now, I know that I literally have extrapolated that I think it actually could blunt your height too. I do agree. But, you know, there's a lot of cases of guys who've taken gear at a very young age and still getting pretty tall. Doesn't mean they wouldn't have grown taller though. So we can't really assert that that is, you know, them growing to full height without really knowing. You know, maybe Arnold Schwarzenegger would have been even taller had he not sauced it up a little too early. You never know. But I don't think there's really a way to imply that it for sure will happen if you do it in your teenage years. You know, I think it might, but I don't have a definitive way to prove it.
They also cause extreme mood changes because steroids influence the limbic system, which controls your moods and emotions. And then they cause mild depression, irritability, and later...
Jesus, look at this fucking kid. This kid's about to fucking tweak. This guy's on gear? You're telling me this guy's on gear and he's about to tweak?
Mania.
Holy shit, mania. This guy's going off the deep end, dude. So he's basically saying sympathetic drive driven through androgens is going to inevitably lead to depression, irritability to the point where you are literally about to, looks like assassinate the guy beside you, and delusions, dude. Like, you're literally sitting on a wall, fucking delusional.
Mania, delusions, and rage or aggression.
Jesus fuck, this is a horrible video if I've ever seen one.
Baldness. Yes, hair loss. If you like your hair, don't use steroids because it will cause greasy hair and baldness, but also for women. So,
okay, so baldness. Can androgenic alopecia be caused by anabolic steroids? Right up my alley. Yeah, it certainly can. And that's like literally why I say to avoid certain compounds and be very careful about what you use. And if you're prone to hair loss, yeah, it can accelerate things quite significantly. And unfortunately, the majority of individuals are prone to a certain extent. There's very few individuals making it to the end of their lives with Ronald Reagan hairlines. So most individuals are going to be accelerating their hair loss when they use gear. That's just a fact. At the rate at which it happens, unfortunately, you know, it's variable and it depends on your own genetics and whatnot. And yeah, but it's still way too general to be like, if you take gear, it will accelerate, it will fuck up your hair, because, you know, that may not be the case. And to be honest, there are certain compounds that are less androgenic, milligram for milligram, relative to your actual endogenous hormones you produce. So you could theoretically argue that if you did like a makeshift HRT protocol with certain anabolic agents, that you could actually, you know, prevent hair loss potentially. So, and that's not a good idea because obviously it's a lot of things endogenously regulate like physiologic health processes and whatnot. But, you know, anabolic steroids are not more androgenic than what you actually produce. Like the actual testosterone and DHT you produce are the most, like the least tissue selective of all of the androgens is like the DHT you naturally produce. Every synthetic anabolic steroid ever created was designed to be more tissue selective and hopefully more hair safe than DHT, which you normally produce. So in general, yes, supraphysiological dosages of anabolic steroids can cause hair loss, but like relative to if you were like matching like milligram for milligram anabolic activity to anabolic activity of your endogenous hormone profile versus a synthetic agent of a synthetic testosterone derivative, like you're gonna get less hair loss from the anabolic steroid than you would milligram for milligram to your endogenous hormone production because you have no DHT straight up. So not essentially an accurate statement, but maybe I'm just digging too hard into this guy at this point.
So, guys who use steroids, they just want muscles fast. And they don't want good looking quality muscles.
What the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Through hard work, a strict nutritional plan, and a workout routine. But is it worth all the risks? For me, definitely not.
Okay, so it's not worth it for you. I think we get that from the start of the video. I think we got that quite clearly, but for you to say that everyone else should follow exactly what you're saying and to imply so aggressively, like some of these things, it will cause this, it will do that. Like, bro, you just fucking Googled this like 2 seconds before you made the video. Like, you don't know fucking anything. So no, I don't think this is a reliable source of information for anabolics, unfortunately. These shocking truths about them, none of these were shocking. These were all fucking horrible in my opinion.
Not if I'm gonna put my health at risk just to gain more money.
I love the doctor waving his finger, denying you getting your blood work because you're on gear. He's like, fuck you, you're gonna go die. I'm not giving you a hematology assessment because you took fucking testosterone. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go give this 16-year-old girl fucking birth control 2 seconds later and give this chick or this guy who wants to transition fucking sexes a fucking testosterone shot 2 seconds later.
Big, huge muscles. That's not gonna happen. And I hope you don't use it either. Have patience. Work hard for the body that you want. Work hard to gain healthy and quality muscles, because then you train your mind and body at the same time.
So you're basically saying if you use gear, you have no work ethic and you suck.
Now, if you're skinny and you want to bulk up, but you don't have a good diet plan and a workout routine, then watch these videos here and they'll help you out.
Dude, this is like the most disingenuous video I've ever seen. Fuck, like no personality behind it, no nothing. Just like cookie cutter information, not entertaining at all. Maybe I'm just like being a dickhead, but I didn't like his bias, you know? Like at least come at it with some sort of like open conversation about like actual accurate information. Don't just be like, it fucking sucks, stay away, you're gonna get fucked up and kill somebody if you take it because you're gonna get roid rage. It's like, bro, this is like the kind of video you would see in elementary school that your teacher would be like, don't use steroids because it'll do this. This is how like cookie cutter and elementary this video was in my opinion. So I don't know, let me know what you think. Maybe I'm being too harsh on this guy, but this video rubbed me the wrong way. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like, subscribe, check out my blog, moreplates1dates.com. Follow me on Instagram at moreplates_moredates, Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Apple Podcasts. And I'm not saying none of this stuff has the risks. Like I touched on everything, you know, there's a lot of the stuff he said is completely true. Just the way he went about it was fucking dumb in my opinion. And some of the stuff he adamantly claimed was going to happen that was just like way too much of a stretch. A bit much, buddy. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Talk to you soon.